Hello my lovelies, welcome to my channel and my art studio. I am Mrs. B, your Catholic art teacher. Last week, boys and girls, you painted this beautiful Bible verse. It's the first Penitential Psalm, Psalm 6, and one of the verse is, "My eyes are dimmed with sorrow." And I saw some of your work. Very impressed, boys and girls, because remember we did this without drawing, and so well done. I remember Skylar's, and I was really impressed with her work. Carieva, Naeem, you guys, you got good work. You're doing really well, so keep it up, boys and girls. And if anybody I forgot to mention, I apologize. I will make a note of it next time. This week, boys and girls, we are going to be doing the second penitential psalm, and it's actually Psalm 31 verse 23, and it says, you heard my plea when I cried out to you. And so we cry out. How do we cry out? We can be on the top of a mountain crying out. We're thinking of different visuals to try to create an image of this psalm. So what I'm going to do, boys and girls, I'm going to do a silhouette. We're going to do a silhouette with this beautiful skies. You'll use some purples and blues and maybe yellows and oranges. And yeah, we're going to create this beautiful sunset. And this, we're going to show a silhouette of a young person, a child, maybe with a megaphone in his hand, shouting, calling out to God, calling that he may take heed of our words of prayer, begging him to come to our assistance. So that's what we're going to do, boys and girls. So the first thing we need to do, we need to make a background first of all, because with a silhouette we have these beautiful vibrant backgrounds. So the first thing I want you to do, I want to do a lovely background. So let's get our paintbrushes out and let's begin. We're going to have a lovely yellow color. So we wet our paintbrush and we dip it in the yellow, because we're going to have, like, I want to have the yellow on this side of our paper. And as we're going along, we're going to wet our paintbrush and we're going to get some nice orange, So we're going to mix up this lovely yellow with a lovely orange like that, and we're going to add some red, a nice vibrant red to the orange. Hopefully it will mix up well like that, and then we're going to go slowly into the purples. Let's just get some more vibrancy in our colors. It looks a little bit pale, so the yellow is fine. It's good that it's pale like that, but we just want to get some more vibrancy in the orange and the reds. So we're going to go ahead with this, mixing the red, the orange with the red, the orange with the red. Just take some more. I always wash my paintbrush after every time. Once I remove my hands from the paper, I will just wash my paintbrush and get a fresh new color. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put a lovely color, a nice vibrant color right there, so that it will mix nicely with the other color, which is the next color. The color next to it is the orange. I'm going to get some more of that orange one more time. Oh, lovely. Isn't that beautiful? And then I want to move on with a lovely purple perhaps. Let's just put this purple like that, a little bit like this. Oopsie, sorry. And yeah, with these amazing colors, we can try to create this amazing blends of colors. I remember Carrie Ava was showing me her beautiful blends, you know, and a lot of you all are doing your blending very well indeed. I'm very proud of those of you who really taking the art syllabus seriously. You all are doing really well with your color blending. It's very important that we continue practicing this way. So I'm going to get a lovely purple color, and we're going to mix it up with that. So we're going to get the purple and just mix it up with that. Wow, beautiful. I love how the colors are blending so nicely, you know, with the reds and because red and blue makes purple, so when you mix it makes a kind of a lovely pinkish color. So we're going to continue, and I'm going to add the last bit, a dark. I'm going to continue with the purple all the way to the edge, but then I'm going to add blue to give it, you know, that added dimension like that. So we're going to add some blue like this to this purple part like that, and then we're going to wash our paintbrush. And we're going to take some more of that purple and mix it up like that. Beautiful. All right, there. And so we're going to wait for it to dry, and then we're going to add our silhouette of a boy calling out. So there it is, boys and girls. Beautiful, vibrant background for our image. So what we're going to do now, boys and girls, I'm going to first of all we'll get out our black paint, and we're going to just paint a silhouette of Jesus crucified on Calvary, because we have to, when we're pointing the megaphone, we're pointing our megaphone towards Jesus so he can hear our voice. We're projecting our voice right up there so that he can hear us. So I'm going to draw like a mountain like that, and on top of it there we have Jesus crucified like that, and then we can have the smaller crosses, the one with the thieves who are on either side of Jesus. So we're going to just paint that with a smaller paintbrush like that. We don't want it to take over our painting of Jesus Christ crucified. So there it is. Let me just bring this to the end of the paper like that, and then we're going to just use water to blend it out like that. Good. And boys and girls, there we have Jesus crucified, and then I'm going to now draw a picture of an image of a child calling out. So I'm going to use this to show, that's going to show the size of the megaphone. So it's going to be pointing in that direction. So we're going to have like we'll just do it with a pencil. You can do that like that, and then you can have, just try to visualize this going down like that, and then at the bottom of it you have, there you have a child holding onto the megaphone as he speaks out to the Lord, asking him to attend to the voice, to his pleas, to his supplication. So there we have it. So there is the megaphone. Then we're going to have the boys, so he'll have his mouth here like that. You have to be very careful. Everything must be calculated, and there. So we have the eyes here, and then the head comes up. So he's actually bending his head back, or her head back, because you really need Jesus to hear our pleas, begging him to come to our help. All right, and that's it. And then we have our, okay, and then the head comes here, and there we have, good. So that's just a rough depiction, silhouette, side profile of a child calling out. We're going to bring the mouth a little bit inside because it looks a little better, like that. So he's calling out to the Lord, calling out that he may hear. All right, and then of course we have to have his hands. So there we have his hands, right there like this, and that's one finger, two, and his little fingers right there, holding onto the handle of the megaphone. It's something that you hold on to, right? And yeah, there it is, holding on to it. And let's have his thumb right there, and then you have his hand like that. That's his body, and then we have maybe another hand to just assisting it on the way. Let's just put it in one hand. It's not heavy like that. You can just hold the megaphone with just one hand. So that's it, boys and girls. We have it. Like that. Okay, so that's it. So let us get some paints to draw the silhouette. So we'll need some black, and we're just going to paint the silhouette just over our pencil marks, what we just put down there, like that. Oh, that's going to be dark. Oh, this is dark. And we do the mouth very delicately to show that this child is calling out to Jesus that he may hear. Alright, and we just do the lips, the top lip like that, so that we can make it clear that and this person's closing their eyes to shout for God to hear him, that he may listen to his voice that he may hear his cry and attend to his voice of in supplication. And we are going to paint all of this in black and that in black. And we're also going to paint the megaphone in black. And then we will write down the message on the megaphone, what the psalm is saying. So let's just do the hand now. We just can continue with the what we have. And we just fill it in with the black paint. So that makes it a lot easier. All right, and what I want to show is just show that this is the handles. It's being held by the hand, and we're going to paint the megaphone right now. Like that. Then we'll draw another line going down this way. And then I'm going to wet my paintbrush a little bit so that it's a lighter grey, so that we can write the psalm, which is Psalm 31 verse 23, and we're just going to call out, shout out to God. And this is just to emphasize that we are crying out to him, we're crying out to Jesus, so that he can hear us. All right, boys and girls, so let me just make my brush strokes nice and even, like that, so that when I'm writing in the words, it will not be difficult for me to do it. So that's it, boys and girls. So I'm going to leave this to dry, and then I'll get back to you. You heard my plea when I cried out to you. There it is, boys and girls. Right now, I'm going to use a white paint to write in, you heard my plea when I cried out to you, in the megaphone. So boys and girls, I just started painting in this part, so I'm going to get some, I put some white paint in my palette. I've got a fine paintbrush like this, and I'm gonna, let's see what we can, so we're going to write the word heard. You heard. H-E-A-R-D. Then we can just load some more paint in on our brush. Okay. And very carefully, you have to have a very steady hand for this part. Boys and girls, you know another thing you can use? White out. You could use white out, just because you can get some white out that comes like a pen. You just write it down. That would be the easiest way, boys and girls. But I'm going to go ahead with what I have, which is white paint, and let's see how far we will go. So you heard like that, and we're going to put my M Y. You heard my. Plea. P-L-E-A. Another thing, when you're concentrating on words and you're writing in words using pen, or paints or whatever, you have to be very careful because errors can come very, very easy. You know, you may forget to write in, or you may misspell a word. Many things can happen. So you need to have all your concentration, and as you're going along, make sure that you spell the words correctly. You heard my plea, comma, when I, so we're going to continue, when I, when, and you have to try to maintain the size. You see the E came a little bit too big, but we're just gonna try to maintain our font, the size of our letters. When I, and then in capital, we're going to write the word the words cried out. We're going to write the words cried in big capitals. C R I cried out. That's what we're going to put right here. Cried out. So we're just going to put, and each time, you know, you need to just go and load more paint, white paint on your brush. There we go. So you heard my plea when I cried out. O U T. Cried out. All right. And then we go back to the small fonts, to you. To and you. Y-O-U. Y-O-U. Okay, boys and girls. I think that is it. Yep. So there it is, boys and girls. Oh yeah, we have to write the psalm. So Psalm 31 verse 23. So let's just go ahead and do that with the same fine paintbrush. We're going to get some black paint right there, and we're going to write Psalm 31 . Psalm. Just wet the brush a little bit. It's drying up a little bit. That's better. Psalm 31. It's the second penitential psalm. And boys and girls, I invite you to pick up a Bible and go and find Psalm 31 and just read the psalm. You know, make that one of your daily Bible sessions, you know, just to read the Bible. Take a moment with Jesus Christ and, yeah, just reflect on the words of Psalm 31. It's a beautiful psalm. It's the second penitential psalm. And boys and girls, you know, you will feel elevated. You will feel encouraged. All right. So Psalm 31, boys and girls, verse 23. You heard my plea when I cried out to you. I can't wait to see your work, boys and girls. Please, 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 can you share your work with me? And I'll see you in the next video. God bless, and let's keep on praying. Bye-bye.